So that was one of those cool moments. Now, they didn't realize it was – did they realize Lionel Richie was cool?
No.
But they realized they knew Mark Anthony was cool.
They knew Mark Anthony was cool, and they thought that performance was really cool. But for the most part, my kids really don't care. I mean, they really don't because they grew up with it. All three of my children were raised on the road. They all learned to walk on a tour bus and potty train on a tour bus, and you know what I mean? So they're so used to it. But their friends think it's very cool. In fact, Saturday morning, Olivia, my 10-year-old, had a little friend come over, and she goes, oh, it's not fair. Both your parents are celebrities. She goes, my mom just does such and such. And I'm like, Olivia goes, my mom is just a mom.
Right.
You know, they don't care.
Yeah, they're almost there. And what are the ages of all the kids now?
13. My three are 13, 10, and 8.
Okay, you're almost there.
And then Jay's 4 are 14, 13, 11-year-old twins.
Well, no wonder y'all need a tour bus.
Yeah, right. Once they get into that preteen, then they go over in teen, we go from being very cool and hip to an embarrassment.
Well, like
my daughter will ask me not to come to school and dance anymore. It was cool at elementary school.
It becomes an embarrassment.
Junior high, you get on the table and break it down. People, it's not cool anymore. I don't know why.
My 22-year-old was telling stories this weekend about being picked up at school in the Rick and Bubba Funmobile. And how he thought that was cool for a while.
Right.
Until I showed up when they were hip and cool, and I'm talking out of the speakers,
Yeah.
Hey, Blake Burgess, Dad's here. Then it wasn't cool.
But, my son is in 7th grade, and sometimes like 8th and 9th graders at the junior high will be excited to see me. Like, Sarah Evans, because they always say your first and last name. I love that. It's hilarious. Sarah Evans. And that embarrasses Avery so bad. I mean, he's like, oh, my
so you're there. Yeah, you're there. You're there.
Yeah, he doesn't want any attention.
Sure.
And he certainly doesn't want to hear any boy say that I'm pretty or anything like that.
Oh, that's the worst.
Because he's like, eh. I mean, that's just gross.
Yeah, that's mom.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Now, we do have an event that we've been talking about this morning coming up. And, I'm not trying to put pressure on you, but when people in the industry are coming to the state that is now your state, and you're kind of the person that is associated with the event in your own state, there's a lot of pressure with that. I mean, you're deemed the host at that point. And
I was feeling pretty good about it, and now I'm stressed.
Right. Yeah, so it must be a success, or else people say, well, we just need the job done. But wow, this lineup, Rock the South, it's coming to Coleman, Alabama. You can check that, those of you listening around the country. That's not that far from Birmingham. It's a little north of there. And the lineup you got for this, I mean, I'm looking here. You got your classics, your Hank Williams Jr., your Greg Allman, by the way. That's very cool.
I'm so excited about that.
And Jamie Johnson. And then also, though, you pick up Scotty McCreery and the band Perry.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got a little bit of everything.
This is something that actually has been Jay's idea for a long time. He's like, you need to have a festival of your own. You need to own a festival. And then
so he's saying the same thing we're saying. You are hosting it.
I am hosting it, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess it's all on me.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But don't feel the pressure.
And I'm closing the show Friday night, so that'll be fun. But so we just started brainstorming, and with his buddy Shane Quick, who owns Premiere.
Oh, yeah, great guy.
Great guy. And he and Jay have done some other stuff together. So we just started, putting it together and saying, what do we want it to be? And where do we want it to be? And Coleman, Alabama is a perfect spot. It's, just centrally located, and people can come from everywhere to be there. And so it's really country music. It's going to be football, barbecue, all the things that we love in the South.
Now, you're young, so, I mean, as far as the Allman Brothers, do you realize what a big deal that is? Are you old enough to realize what a big deal that is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, I mean...
I was born a rambling man.
Okay. Have you ever been around him before?
No. So I've seen them in concert.
There'll be a moment where you will be backstage and Greg Allman will be playing an event you're hosting. That's pretty, I mean, that's one of those moments.
One of them was married to Cher one time, wasn't it?
It was Greg Allman.
It was Greg.
Or J-Lo. I can't remember.
Yeah, J-Lo. Right. Or dated Madonna.
Right.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we're talking about songs that are like forever etched in time.
Totally.
No matter who you are.
Totally. Same with Hank Jr.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, and I don't know.
Do you ever wonder, will he get there on time? I mean, you have to consider that.
Well, I have the funniest story about Hank Jr. I opened,
Don't we all? Doesn't everybody?
Yeah. Well, do you remember Sean Hannity doing those?
Yes.
Freedom Fest.
We were there.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I opened for Hank Jr. at one of those.
We
and
were there. Was that in New Jersey?
yeah.
We were there.
You were?
Yes,
Yeah,
we were.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for saying hi.
We were scared to death by all the monkeys we passed coming in that
Right.
giant monkey cage, and we were kind of over there checking that out.
Well, I made the
Yeah.
mistake of saying there's Sarah Evans, and when your kids got embarrassed. No, but we were there. We came out and did a little little talk, little hello, and all
Okay.
that with a bunch of other people. So we were there.
Cool. Well, I was summoned to Hank Jr.'s bus after his concert. Or maybe after mine and before he was going. No, I think he was already done. Because
If I remember correctly, there was some anxiety on where is Hank while you were
I think they
performing.
got held up flying in or something.
Yeah, there was a little bit of anxiety on that one.
Yeah.
But he got there.
He got there. And so we are on the bus, and I'm just like, oh, my gosh. I'm on Hank Jr.'s
Bo
bus.
Cephas.
I'm just talking to him, and I'm trying to be so cool. And, he's just talk. But he's talking to me like he knows me. I mean, he's just so sweet. And he's like, how's your mama? And I'm like, oh, she's fine. Thank you. She lives in Missouri, and she's very healthy, and everything's great. And he goes, well, good. And how's your sister? Anyway, it turns out that the entire time I was on his bus, he thought I was Ashley Judd. Swear to God. And he goes, yeah. And I was like, he loves me.
Man, he knows my mama.
He knows
He
my
knows
mom. He
sister.
cares about my sister.
Right.
He loves me.
Oh,
And
that is good.
the best is that I just opened for him.
Yes.
So it's not like, I mean, why
You thought I am now welcome at the table.
Yes.
I am now in
I'm
the
a
inner
part
circle
of the group, part of the family.
I am part of the country music family. When he sings Family Tradition next
Family
time,
Tra- it's me.
I'm
It's
included.
going to mean something, yeah.
It is me. But so then he goes, well, you're Ashley, aren't you? And I go, no, I'm Sarah. I just opened for you. And he goes, oh, my God, I thought you were Ashley Judd.